What's up agents, Wolf here, welcome to another Division 2 video. The new season is approaching. Next week on February the 7th, you will be able to go into the Dark Zone and get the Ravenous, Eaglebearer, and the Bighorn. We need a build that allows us to go into the Dark Zone and go rogue or defend ourselves against rogues and also farm NPCs. This crit build is going to be perfect for that. You guys can do everything with the setup. I will showcase different variations because this build is, the way you tweak it or set it up is dependent on your playstyle. So don't just copy it, adjust it to suit your playstyle. So I'm going to structure this video by showcasing the build in full detail, giving you some options, and then you guys can watch some gameplay. I do apologize for the lack of gameplay. I didn't really PvP that much. It was quite difficult to find players. I think it's because everyone's waiting for the update. So I apologize for that, but I'm sure you will still enjoy some of the gameplay. Let's get straight into the build description. Here is the setup. This is a crit AR PvE/PvP build, which will be perfect for the Dark Zone. Now, I will give you some variations towards the end of the description, but hopefully you guys do enjoy this video or the setup. If you do, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. The specialization we have gone for is going to be Firewall. It is important because of the very strong armor kit. Now, I wouldn't recommend using the shield. You can if you're only going to be farming NPCs, but be wary. In PvP, you will get disorientated and it'll get destroyed very quick and you could die because of it. So shields aren't very good in PvP if you guys weren't aware of this. They have been nerfed. What I can say though is it is really up to you what specialization you go for, but this is just the best in PvP because we need to make sure we spec this build mainly into PvP because the PvE in the Dark Zone is quite easy. It's basically challenging NPCs. You don't have to have a full PvE setup to go into the Dark Zone. I never recommend that because you will get farmed and you will get your loot stolen from you very quickly. So this build will allow you to beam enemy agents and heal yourself. It does a lot. So let's get straight into this setup. So 1.7 million armor. I would not go less than 1.5. If someone flags on you, we want to be able to survive so we can defend ourselves because unbreakable is like a second life and having 1.7 million armor is a lot. If you guys click on here, view PvP stats, this will give us an extra 50% of your armor. It repairs 50%, which is really powerful and really strong. I've gone for more survivability on my backpack talent. I've gone for Adrenaline Rush. There's a perfect variation of this. It'll give you less damage, but more overall survivability if you're going up against multiple agents. 10% for 5 seconds. So I prefer to go for the normal because I can get Fenris and then roll a grouper on my chest, but it's up to you. You can go for the perfect version of this, but this will give you more damage. So let's take a look at the mask now. So the mask is going to help us heal and do more damage. It's quite powerful. Now you're probably thinking to yourself, what about Coyotes, Memento? I'll get to that very soon. So I think the combination of Unbreakable and Adrenaline Rush is going to be really, really powerful. It is up to you what backpack talent you use. I would say Companion for for console players is going to be really good. That could be an option. Vigilance if you're going to be staying further away. Like I said, that is really dependent on how you think you're going to be playing. But the thing is, in the Dark Zone, and this is why these two talents work so well for the majority of players, I feel, is because a lot of players in the Dark Zone or rogue agents will push you and they are very aggressive. So you will see that if you're not a PvP player, you will understand that very soon if you're going to be planning on farming in the Dark Zone for the new exotics that are available there. So we've got Grupo for the crit damage, Fenris for the baseline weapon damage, more baseline from Picaros, and then multiplicative damage from damage to outside of cover for the knee pads and damage to armor for the gloves. This is important in PvP. In PvE, you might be finding these are a bit situational for the damage, but in PvP, this is a must. And because we're going to be wanting to survive against players more than the NPCs, because the NPCs are not that hard, this is going to be more important. So I recommend definitely going for these best in slot pieces. So let's start from the top now. So we understand what's going on, the whole gist of the setup. If you guys have any comments, leave a comment down below. I will try my best to respond, or I'm sure one of my viewers will be able to help you. So the weapon I've chosen, I normally use the Eaglebearer, but because this build is designed to farm it, I wanted to show you what I normally use, which is the FAMAS with Optimist. Lots of damage, and it's very, very nice. I do enjoy it. FAMAS damage 2 targets out of cover. Then guys, when you mod this, just make sure you make use of the crit chance mods here because we don't have a chest on the chest piece, and make sure you have got the extended 5.56 magazine. Very important. Then Nemesis for the secondary, then the pistol is the Orbit. It's up to you. It gives me more crit damage. If an enemy agent has got like a drone or something or any kind of skill or any NPC, you can get up to 40% extra crit damage, which is just insane. Then the pieces, quite simple. We need some base incremental weapon damage. Some of the best forms of damage in the game. Picara's holster is the best, guys. Use this. We get skill haste, which does help us in the long run. Crit chance and weapon damage. The 15% weapon damage is best in slot for holster. Then the Fenris bag is going to be weapon damage for whatever gun you want to be using. You don't have to use the assault rifle. If you want to go for SMG, use a Sokolov backpack and so on. Depending on what kind of weapon you're using, use the corresponding bag that gives you that weapon damage for that item or that weapon, that specific weapon. So the talents is completely up to you, but I recommend using these two. Then the grouper, which is going to give us a boost in crit damage. Now, I do have crit chance of 59.6%, so I don't need a Cheska. If you guys don't have a high watch level and you need some crit chance, put a Cheska on. That is no problem, but you'll get more crit damage in it. You can obtain enough crit chance just with the Shade Tech watch and the modifications and the attribute rolls. Then we have got the multiplicative damage from the gloves and the knee pads. So the mask, Catharsis, this really does work well, and I feel that this is one of the best pieces in the game right now. We get a lot of damage, guys, and even if you want to use a shield, and even in PvE, you can stack it up, get all that damage, and just heal yourself, because armor kits can become a difficult thing in the game. This will save you. If you're going to be using a build with less than 1.5 million armor, I wouldn't recommend using this mask because it goes over 5% of your max armor. Then rather go for the Coyotes. That's quite simple, really, or a Cheska mask, then put your mods on your weapon to crit damage. That is the way I would do it. So this, I've put a crit damage modification, 12%. Chest piece, crit damage, crit chance, everything, crit damage modification with Unbreakable. Holster, crit chance. Backpack, crit damage and crit chance. That is a blue. Gloves, crit chance, and knee pads, crit chance. It's up to you. Multiplicative damage here is really good in PvP right now. So how would I switch this up if you're going to be playing different playstyle? I would say the memento bag would be perfect if you're only going to be PvEing and you're going to be running away from players. You get more regen, more weapon damage, but you have to stack trophies. A player kills you, you're going to come out the checkpoint to get your loot back, and he's going to kill you because you got no stacks and you don't have time to stack. So I don't recommend using this because when you die, you lose your stacks. But if you're going to be only running away and PvEing, this is going to be the best. Memento bag is a must use. Then just use a Fenris mask. And then if you wanted to not rely on, you don't need the healing, you don't want to rely on getting shot every now and again because you will be, go for the Coyotes mask. This will be good for extra crit damage. It's up to you though. You can either use a Cheska or Coyotes mask. I think those will be really, really good. So I think that is how I would tweak the setup. The Memento and Fenris mask, the Coyotes mask with Fenris bag, how I've got it here, or you can use the Matador Perfect Adrenaline Rush bag with a Fenris mask, or whichever mask you want to use. Those three variations are going to be really good, but they've all got their own pros and cons. But this is going to give you all around the best. So let me know what setup you're going to be using yourself in the comments down below. I didn't want to just make this one complete build. Use this. I'm trying to give you guys different ideas so you can get your brain juices flowing, so you can think to yourself, well, I'm going to do this. So, oh, that gives me a good idea. This is how I'm going to play with that piece. So the skills, Defender Drone is a must use. Deflect, duration, health, very good. And this is going to be very important because we don't have hazard protection. If you get burnt, you're going to die very quickly. So you need to use the booster hive. Drop that as soon as you get put on fire, or the bleed, because you guys know those skill builds are really strong and they will be getting stronger in the next patch. So the stats, you guys pause the video, have a look. Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this build. Enjoy the gameplay, and I'll see you guys very soon in the next video. Peace out, agents.
In air. Go for this.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Flanks open. Get in.
Cover
and fire. I could do this all day.
Contaminated gear detected.
I'm taking fire!
Incoming hostiles detected.
Frag out! Another dead asshole! Go for the flank! On the flank! I got him!
Now detecting contaminated gear. Landmark has been cleared. Rogue Stinger Hive detected. Hostile Stinger Hive detected. Rogue Restorer Hive detected. Hostile Restorer Hive detected.
Repositioning! There you go!
Contaminated gear detected. Now detecting. Evac on site. Rogue Restorer Hive detected. Rogue detected. Hilo is returning to base. Initiating Rogue Protocol. Rogue Explosive Seeker Mine detected. Hostile Explosive Seeker Mine detected. Immediate medical assistance needed. Contaminated gear detected.